Confronting the common enemy of coronavirus has done nothing to dampen US leaders' animosity towards China then, with ongoing tariff threats and plans to punish the economy. If anything, the pandemic's making it worse, as Maupin explains next.
The pandemic is changing lots of things, but it seems that some things, like the ongoing US-China confrontation, are eternal. You may have noticed that Trump tweeted in praise of Beijing from time to time and was looking to make deals. But now it seems the trade war is escalating to higher levels than ever. Coronavirus is the fuel thrown on to the fire. Washington is using China as their primary scapegoat.
This is really the worst attack we've ever had. This is worse than Pearl Harbor. This is worse than the World Trade Center. There's never been an attack like this. And it should have never happened. Could have been stopped at the source. Could have been stopped in China. It should have been stopped right at the source. And it wasn't.
China has responded, urging Washington to focus on the real danger.
They might say the pandemic is comparable to Pearl Harbor or 9/11, but the enemy facing U.S. is the novel coronavirus. We urge U.S. side to stop shifting blame to China and turn to facts.
We now hear top U.S. officials blaming China for spreading disinformation about the virus, which they claim has Chinese origins. Then China responds and blames the United States for not participating in global efforts and, furthermore, lying in the hopes of discrediting China. The European Union tries not to take sides, but it's seething about the constant back and forth.
I do not think it is the time for blame games or mutual reproach. This is the rhetoric we're somewhat hearing in the United States, calling the virus Chinese or the Wuhan virus. I don't think it is the moment to reproach anybody, but instead to join forces against a problem that is everyone's. If we don't solve it everywhere, we won't solve it anywhere.
Trump seems up for a confrontation. With U.S.-China relations at a 50-year low, Trump seems to be amping up economic pressure and the trade war. He's also applying pressure on the social, political, and educational fronts. They're calling this the new bipolarity, with the United States facing off against China the way it once did against the Soviet Union. But do U.S. leaders really understand what would be at stake in a new Cold War? The U.S. economy is quite well tied in with their new arch-nemesis. Each time the confrontation escalates, the stock market suffers. A full-scale trade war threatens the Asian markets, and the European economies are already on the brink of recession. However, when Donald Trump threatened more tariffs on Monday, they plummeted. China is set to recover pretty quickly, according to most forecasters. And Donald Trump seems ready to play hardball against them, even if it threatens the entire global economy. I guess the question is, will the world forgive him for this, or will the United States be the one that's isolated? Maupin, RT.